And now, our feature presentation.
To infinity and beyond!
The name's Bond. James Bond.
That'll do, Pig.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Show you with the box. Who's in the box?
Damn! Ew! Get off of me! Ugh, I'm ill.
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
I know. They're called doctors.
Houston, we have a problem.
It's 1995, and we're here talking about the movies from 1995. Hey!
Hey.
That's my new intro. You like it?
1.5.
1.5. Okay, I'll take it. That's on a 2 scale, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Welcome in, everybody, to 52/1995, your live movie conversation podcast where we dive deep into the movies of 1995. I'm your host, Cody, and I'm thrilled to be joined this week by my co-host, confidant, BFF, Joseph, to discuss the movie Strange Days. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of this movie, but that's why we're talking about it today. It's a pretty important movie, I think. If this is your first time joining us, welcome in. We're glad that you're here. Every week, 52 of them to be exact, because that's how many are in a year, we explore a different film from the year 1995. That'll change maybe next year when we do 96. It's been 30 years, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But we dive into this year's important releases. We talk about them in detail and chat with my guest about their thoughts, experiences with the movie. See if after that's all said and done, see if they've seen anything cool that they want to talk about. If not, we'll just move on and never talk to them again. And yeah, we're finishing out a theme. We usually do these on a theme month basis. This is your second appearance this month for our Something for Everyone theme, where I basically didn't have a theme, and these were the last 5 movies I wanted on the list, and they're just a grab bag of genre films from the year 1995. So I feel like I gave you some really good ones, though. I gave you Species.
I got Species,
and the movie that we're talking about today, which is, again, Strange Days. Hard movie to find. I did list it, and I did have it in our Discord server. So if you're not there and you want to be there and talk about movies or find out where these things are streaming, that's a good place to catch up on those things, or ask me if we're streaming on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or whenever it's going to be. Talk to me. That's we want you there. We want all you people in there. So now that I'm done rambling, Joseph, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
What's on your VCR? VHS?
What's planned? I didn't have this movie on VHS. I'm missing Strange Days, so I figured I'd keep up with kind of the theme of Strange Days, and it's LA Confidential.
Okay.
So,
LA,
yeah, a little LA noir kind of vibe. This is kind of a noir, neo-noir, futuristic noir, whatever you want to call it. Film. So I'm going to ask you, like I ask every time, is this your first time watching Strange Days?
It is.
Had you ever heard of it? Never heard of it before in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was. I've seen this movie once before, and I think I saw it within the last 2 or 3 years. It's I remember the cover of this movie and seeing it. It is just a cut, like it is just Ray Fiennes' face. That's all it is. I swear. It is just his face on there. And I remember it, and I was like, Strange Days, that looks pretty dumb. Because it doesn't tell you anything about the movie or what it is or anything. It is just a poster of his face.
Okay.
There's a cooler one ish that has a picture of 3 people's faces on it. Juliette Lewis and Angela Bassett's face on there, but again, doesn't tell you anything about the movie at all.
Just faces.
Faces. That's really what this movie's about. But yeah, I saw this movie a couple years ago because I don't know if there was some resurgence with like Catherine Bigelow. She's, pretty big name now. and she's kind of been hovering, around for a long time. She won for The Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker, yeah.
I think that made her. She's the first woman to win Best Director at the Oscars. So she's a big deal. She's done some pretty good movies. There's a movie called Near Dark that she did in the 80s, which is like a vampire movie. It's actually not bad. It's got not your boy, but Bill Paxton's in it from Aliens. He's pretty good in it. She's also well known, obviously, Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30, Detroit, I think came out a few years back. I never got to watch that one. Yeah, that one's I can't remember, but supposedly it's pretty hard to watch. Like, it's a rough watch. I would say that's Point Break. I'm missing out on the number one Catherine Bigelow movie of all time. Probably is Point Break. Yeah. Don't you just want to point your gun in the air and shoot off? Manu?
Edgar Wright would be so disappointed that you forgot that.
He'd be very mad at me. And so, but talking about Detroit, apparently it's got a lot of tough themes in that movie, tough things to watch. And I think Strange Days is a pretty tough watch. Did you find it pretty hard to watch?
Yeah, there's a lot of tough stuff.
Yeah, a lot of tough stuff. Well, we'll get into the tough stuff.
Variety of it too.
Yeah, a lot of it. A lot of stuff in here. And before we get into that, I'll pause. I'll think about our guests, our people, and we'll give them a timeout. But let's go through the basic details of this. Let's take a look at our movie and what was going on there. So, title of our movie is Strange Days. It came out October 13th, 1995. It was directed by Catherine Bigelow, as we talked about. It was written by a few different people here. Catherine Bigelow had some say in this. Jay Cox is mostly for the dialogue that we get in this movie. And then our old friend, James Cameron, to round out the story. He basically came up with the story and everything around it. He was married to Catherine Bigelow at this time. There's some ways that James Cameron was able to help get this movie made, which is in my kind of fun facts and stuff. So this movie does not exist without old Jim, but they have a weird relationship if they created this movie. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
It's weird. I already mentioned a couple of these people in here, but here's our cast. Ray Fiennes as Lenny Nero, Angela Bassett as Mace, or Lynette Mason, Juliette Lewis here as Faith Justin, Tom Sizemore here as Max, Michael Wincott as Philo Grant or Philo Grant. I think they say it both ways in this movie because they're idiots. Vincent D'Onofrio's in here as Burton Steckler, Glenn Plummer as Jericho 1, and William Fichtner is the other officer. You've probably seen he's your guy from Dark Knight. You and your friends are dead. That guy's incredible. But let me give you a synopsis. If you haven't seen this movie or didn't get a chance to watch it, because it is really hard to find out there. It was not streaming anywhere, so sorry. But former policeman Lenny Nero has moved into a more lucrative trade, the illegal sale of virtual reality-like recordings that allow users to experience the emotions and past experiences of others. When the bootlegs typically contain tawdry incidents, Nero is shocked when he receives one showing a murder. He enlists a friend, bodyguard Mace, to help find the killer, and the two soon stumble upon a vast conspiracy involving the police force Nero once worked for. This movie had a budget of $42 million. It went over budget. They was only supposed to cost 30, but it had a box office return of $17 million. This is actually one of our worst performing ones that we've done on here. Yeah, real big bomb. It was well liked by the critics for the most part. It had a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb has this at a 7.2, and Letterboxd has this at a 3.8. Our boy Roger Ebert, he liked this movie a lot. He gave it 4 out of 4 stars, and he said Strange Days does 3 things that will make it a cult film. It creates a convincing future landscape. It populates it with a hero who comes out of the noir tradition and is flawed and complex rather than simply heroic. And it provides a vocabulary. Look for tapehead or jacking in, and the movie spin on playback to appear in the vernacular. While I don't think those things ended up in any vernacular of ours.
I call you a tape head all the time. What do you mean?
You say that I'm jacking in all the time.
It's either you're jacked in or you're jacked up, you know? One or the other.
Better than jacked off, I guess. Oh, wait, I don't know. I take it back. This was great start. Edward Guthman of the San Francisco Chronicle, he did not like this movie, though. He gave it 2 out of 4 stars. He said, Bigelow is so enamored of high-tech thrills and so mesmerized by the violence she seeks to condemn that her efforts at 11th hour moralizing seemed limp and half-hearted. So,
it's
11th
11th hour moralizing. Is that
like
into the movie? Is that
I think that's what they're saying, or they're saying with that, like they just kind of rushed in and was like, hey, here's why we're good people and how the world's fixed.
Okay.
Which I do have some, I do have some nitpicks
qualms?
About it.
You got some qualms?
I got some qualms. We should have a section here that's just like, what are your qualms with this movie? What's wrong?
All the qualms.
All the qualms. All right. Let's get into our movie discussion. Before we do, I am going to issue a trigger warning. We will be discussing things like SA, police brutality, voyeurism, a lot of really messed up stuff. So if this is a part where you need to duck out, this is what I'm giving you the spoiler alert here, because we're going to be talking about some rough stuff here with this movie. And now we're going to start with our best scenes of this movie. That does not necessarily mean that we enjoyed them too much. But what are some of the standout scenes in this movie that make it really memorable? And I'll kick it over to you. When did you watch this, by the way?
Today.
Oh, today. Wow.
Fresh.
You are the freshest.
I'm the freshest. I put the very first kind of jacked in tape that we get to watch as my first scene.
The opening heist. The heist scene.
Yeah, the heist that goes wrong. Because we don't really know, especially as a first time watcher, you don't really know what exactly is happening, but you do get the sense that there's something out of body happening, just by the way it's laid out. But it was kind of cool. It was a cool lead into the movie. It reminds me of, a bunch of other thrillers where they starts off with a heist. Wasn't as, flashy as some or anything, but come to find out, at the end, we see that someone's just watching this in their brain. Yeah. And which gets us into the whole premise of the movie, where we are with
Yeah, so the first thing that you're talking about, it's called a SQUID technology. SQUID, hence my name, which stands for superconducting quantum interference device. And exactly what Joseph said. So the mid 90s is enamored with virtual reality and thinking that that's going to be the future. We've seen a lot of movies do this. Most of them have been very, very bad at this. I actually like this one. I think it's done. I think it's done very well. It makes sense to me. Because it's not terrible graphics, not terrible computer graphics. You're actually seeing a real person, and you are in their POV, which is super interesting. And with this first robbery scene, the heist thing, we see a guy trying to get away from the cops and failing to do so when he tries to make a jump to another building, and he ends up dying. And that's when the SQUID takes that it's done at that point, because he's dead. And we see our main character going through this and watching this and reacting terribly to this, because he's like, this is not what I want. I deal these things out to be. He's like a drug dealer, essentially. But he deals experiences, and he, most of the time, as you learn throughout this movie, and a couple times whenever we see Lenny, selling his wares, it's always something like sexual. It's always like, oh, have you ever wanted to, be a girl, be a guy, be a thing, whatever it is, be in this situation. I got you. Like, I can make you this thing. That's typically what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's pornography.
And that makes, it's smut,
Yeah. That's what it is. And the thing about the squid is it's not just your visual. And we got to make this known at this point. It is all of it. You are feeling what they feel. You are smelling what they smell. You see what they see. And so when you die, you die. Like, you feel that death. You're not dying actually. But you feel that. You feel the hurt. You feel all that stuff. But it doesn't happen to you. And so you can see kind of the appeal of where something like this, we are kind of moving towards this, right? Like, what is it called? Like haptic technology?
Yeah, they've got a lot of haptic stuff out there.
And so, we've seen movies probably, or stories more recently, like Ready Player One is a good pull for something like this. Except you're in that game, you're like jacked into the game, and you're an avatar, and you're all these other things. But they have that haptic technology in there where you can feel and all those things. So
yeah, I've seen some crazy things that engineers have built over the years, especially when Kinects came out. There were some rooms that people created with a bunch of Kinects and a suit that you wear where it's supposedly super immersive for video games.
Yeah.
So a little bit different. But.
Yeah, a little bit there. But basically, this is like the the story of why Blu-rays won over HD DVDs. It's because Blu-rays got porn, and HD DVD didn't get
Porn
it.
wins, man.
Porn wins every time. We're a sick, sick world. And basically, if you can have sex with it, that's where this thing is going to go. That's why sex robots are a big thing now, and all these different creations. But so, in a way, this movie that takes place in '95, that's predicting a year 2000 future, is not so far off.
Yeah, we're not there yet, but we've done a lot in that vein. And we're closer than ever.
Yeah, it's so crazy. What did you think of the world in Strange Days?
Pure chaos. Every piece of it felt just violent and on edge, which I guess the film takes place within the 48 hours leading up to New Year's, or something like that.
Yeah,
so
2 days before New Year's Eve or New Year's Day on 2000, the year 2000.
The big Y2K, which I don't think there's not really any mention of what we think or what I think of with Y2K, technology shutting down or anything.
Right.
It's more just straight up apocalyptic, world's going to end. So everybody's being crazy. They don't care. And yeah.
And one thing I appreciate about it is that it doesn't feel futuristic at all to me. The world that it is. It doesn't feel futuristic. It doesn't feel like, oh, if you showed me this, and obviously none of this stuff, the technology or whatever, doesn't happen in the year 2000, which is the only futuristic thing really that doesn't exist. Everything else is in this. And with the problems and everything, every few years or so, the apocalypse is going to happen for us. Even in 2000, the apocalypse was supposed to happen, and people are crazy and take their own lives and all this other stuff. That feels very real and lived in, and something that we are a part of. I think this movie feels more relevant in 2025 than it does in 1995. Just with the chaos that's going on around. Even though this is based on, and the idea for this came from the Rodney King incident in the early 90s in LA, it just feels so prescient and
Yeah.
not
Well,
great.
we've seen 30 years, maybe not saturated with the same, but a lot of recurring incidents like Rodney King, and so yeah, it feels very relevant, and yeah, it is weird. Like the world is not so futuristic, but then there is like this one device that's like very future. Like there's no like flying cars or crazy guns that the police have. Like everything's very 90s except for this device that that is wild.
Yeah. The device itself is based on the mini discs. Did you ever have a mini disc player?
No.
No, I didn't either. But it's based off mini disc players that were active at that point. Which mini discs were supposed to replace CDs. They didn't skip, and but it just technology that didn't take hold.
They didn't get porn.
They zoomed out, man. Sorry. Sorry to bring up a sore subject. They zoomed out.
It's fine. Also, like the whole net thing that they wear just every time reminded me so much of like the little face hugger from Alien. Just like the little limbs were kind of
Squid-like.
and yeah.
I like the idea of the squid, and I like that like people are wearing wigs. You never know when somebody's just like squidding out or whatever, or well, you should know. You should know, honestly, with the amount of bad wigs in this movie, you should be like, that guy's got a squid underneath there.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, not to jump to the end of the movie, but like from the first time we see Max on screen, it's like,
come on.
Okay.
It's like, what a choice.
That's obvious.
Yeah. It's like, what a filmmaking choice to put Tom Sizemore in a freaking long ass wig like that. So funny. So funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talked a little bit more about the squid technology and stuff, but what's your next scene that really stood out to you?
Oh, let's see. I think my next is like jumping down to in the bar with Lenny, where we meet Max, Iris.
Mace? Do we meet Mace?
Yeah.
No.
We've already kind of like met Faith through the Squid. What do they call them? Just CDs or?
Oh, what are they called? Playbacks.
Playbacks. There we go. Thank you. We've already met Faith through the playbacks and know that like Lenny's like in love with her. We don't know if she's alive at this point or what.
Yeah, it does kind of give you the feeling that she's dead.
Oh, I mean, that was my immediate thought. I was like, oh.
He's like, oh, this
but
guy's
Juliette
really
Lewis, like she's not. She'll be in here. Like she's not just gonna play like dead flashbacks.
Right. Yeah.
We'll get something, but
girl needs to figure out what to wear. If anything.
I was about to say most of the time it's
nothing.
Half.
It's like a dress made of the squid thing is really what it is. It's just completely useless.
Strands of a former dress.
Yeah, there's just nothing there. I don't even take offense to that as much as I take offense to the outfit she's wearing in his little playback. When they're roller skating on the beach, she's got on like a bikini bottom, like a high cut bikini bottom, a long sleeve turtleneck, like that's kind of cut by her, like midriff showing, and then she's wearing like thigh highs. I feel like, or like it's wild. She's wearing a wild outfit.
Hey, it's the 90s, man.
It's the 90s.
You do whatever.
And but she hates it so much that she's got to get out of it as quickly as possible once we're in that playback. So yeah, Juliette Lewis is barely clothed in this movie. If ever.
A lot of naked.
A lot of nips in this movie.
So here's a question for you. Since you've brought up these playbacks, do you think that Faith, which is Juliette Lewis's character, knew that Lenny was squidding her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that gets established later when we get to the big reveal at the end of this with Max and everything. She said she likes to watch.
Okay.
And like, so I think she was.
So she's got all copies of these two, you think?
I don't know if she has copies or if they were just ones that she shared or broke up when they broke up. She was like, whatever, I don't want to see those kinds of things ever again. Anyway, but like, yeah, I think she's into the whole thing. Like she likes the voyeurism, I think, of it. Like you're watching me and you're going to watch me later. I think she's into it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's even weirder when we get to like the Max stuff or the mystery stuff, which is the hard part of this movie.
Yeah.
And I don't like that is the one thing in this movie that I struggle with.
Like,
and I mean, it's huge.
Layers, you mean?
Yeah, the squid stuff, man, is like,
yeah.
I did not like it, and it is messed up.
Yeah, it truly is
one of the most messed up things I've ever seen. And like, it is. Yeah, it's bad.
It's kind of got it's kind of got like the soul of like body horror almost.
Yeah,
in like a weird way, very dark way. But
yeah. And I don't think that's beyond this bar scene that you're talking about. Sorry to.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just the bar scene was next on my list because we meet a bunch of like our people that are going to be important, namely Max. We get to see Lenny like doing his little like sales pitch stuff with the guy, the virgin brain, which I thought was pretty good. And then we also meet Iris, who kind of kicks off the plot of the movie. We've already seen her running from the cops, but we didn't really know like what all is going on. But then we know that she knows Lenny and is coming to him for help, and puts a playback disc in his car that disappears for half of the movie.
It makes me so mad. I'm like, you saw him. You walked into the bar. Like, hand it to him.
Just give it to him. No. Yeah. I thought that was like, it was kind of comical, but also pretty thin, that like just to drag that out plot wise. But it made for a good moment, like later on when we finally get to the car.
Right.
I was very mad at her for just putting that in his window when she's already going inside, like to talk to him. Yeah.
And of course his car gets towed. So that is gone. Like that puzzle piece is gone for the most of the movie.
Yeah.
Instead of, having a rational conversation with Iris, or with Lenny, and maybe, I don't know, maybe she doesn't trust any of the other people. Maybe she only trusts Lenny in that moment. When we find out that Max is not a good dude later in this movie, like, is it a good thing that she didn't give him that disc right away? But then it like none of
much
it
of the movie.
But honestly, none of it means anything.
Yeah.
Like up to that point, they're not even connected.
Yeah, it's so separate. That's a cops thing.
But then why okay, remind me, you're fresh here.
Okay.
Why does the killer that we end up finding out later, why does he kill Iris? Who told him to do that? I guess is.
So I think killing Iris was part of his like plan to pin everything on Lenny. I don't think it was like necessarily because of the disc.
Yeah.
But my understanding of all of the killings was Max's plan to kind of pin everything on Lenny so that he could be with Faith.
Interesting, because like, yeah, you don't
think
see,
it's all connected.
you think it's all connected. You think that the cops are working with Philo or whatever his name is, and none of that is true at all.
Yeah, it's very misleading in a lot of ways. And really, I don't think Max was really working for Philo, other than just like,
watching
keeping
Faith.
eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watching Faith.
But you thought that Philo was the big bad guy the whole time, but really it was Max just kind of doing what he wanted. So
just weird, bad dude.
Bad dude.
Because the
very,
thing
very Natural Born Killers esque, just same kind of like, well, maybe not same, but very similar, like just creepy dude.
Yeah. Don't like it. And this is the part of the movie where we get the bad SA stuff and murder and treatment. Not just that, but there's like a torture element to it, even more so than the SA, which is putting the SQUID technology on your victim so that they feel what you feel and they see what you see. They
feel themselves as the assaulter.
Yes. And that is the part, like, the one part is bad. That extra element is so much worse.
Yeah.
And like when he kills her at the end is killing her at the end, and you see the reflection of him. Looks at the reflection of himself in her eye. It's gross.
Yeah.
That is gross.
Yeah, it's a pretty demented thing to think about, and that's, I mean, very transparently, that's like my biggest WTF of the movie, because it's like, yeah, it's messed up.
It is messed up, and I don't know. I didn't look into what like Catherine Bigelow's intentions were of this, or how much this was her, and as opposed to maybe James Cameron or whatever the point. But like, I struggle. I'm just struggling to be like, I want to know your message or your thoughts behind your message, because that's gross. In ways that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give benefit of the doubt here and try not to think about it too much, other than just like somebody thought of it and was like, oh yeah, that'll take it to an extra level of fucked up. Let's do it.
Yeah. I think that and honestly, like, if I could replace some of the movie, like change some of this around, I might have moved Strange Days to our August, where we had, 7 and 12 Monkeys and all these like weird effed up things. This movie fits in with a 7.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
And
it's not as like gritty throughout, but there's enough fucked up shit in here that
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. What's the next thing that you have? I know that.
Let's see. I think I go all the way down to like, well, kind of what we've been talking about is like the clip. So what we've been talking about is actually a clip that's left for Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
Like the murder that's been committed. Like we don't know who it is yet at this point, but it shows up in an envelope from like the AV guy at the club or something.
Yeah.
Really weirdly.
I one thing about that scene, that club scene, that's like the only instance of the SQUID technology that seems like the most like pure and good version of what this could be used for. So for those out there that didn't see it, the AV guy that Lenny, our character, is talking to, has no legs, or has no use of his legs, has no legs.
I think he has stubs.
Yeah, and Lenny gives him a SQUID or a playback that is custom made for him, and it is of a man running down the beach with his obviously legs getting in the water and everything, and then seeing a beautiful girl walk by.
Yeah.
And like, and him turning around and seeing her and everything. And like, that is the purest. That is the thing about this technology, any technology that we have. Like we're talking about AI now. We can see the uses of AI and the good things that it can do. But for the most part, 90% of it's going to be really bad.
Yeah. All the the like hateful deep fakes.
Yeah.
Like, just racism. Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. But we get to see a nice little pleasant moment. So okay, go back.
I'm glad you mentioned that. And I was gonna mention, I didn't know where to work that in. I didn't really like Lenny in the movie yet until we got to that point.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay.
That is the thing I struggle, or another thing about this movie is like, I don't know how much I love Ralph Fiennes in this movie.
I think he does okay. I don't think
he's bad.
I don't think the role was well suited to him.
And he's got this like, obviously he's not American, and he's got this like weird accent. Like it doesn't feel good, or it doesn't like the accent just doesn't suit him.
There were a couple moments where I was like,
but I do think that he plays Lenny really well as kind of like a, you know, not a good guy, not a bad guy kind of person.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that he was a cop at one point.
I was going to ask you, like, he was the worst vice cop ever, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When they kept saying that he was like an ex-vice cop, and I was like, that couldn't have lasted more than like a year.
Yeah, he didn't seem like a very good cop. Max, you know who else doesn't seem like a very good cop? Max. Max did not seem like a very good cop either.
Yeah.
No wonder those guys aren't employed anymore. So yeah.
But yeah. So I'm down to when we finally get the car comes back in.
Oh yeah, they finally. That's exactly my next one too. Yeah.
Which a lot happens between now and then. I think one person that we haven't mentioned at all yet is Mace, who is important to the movie. She's like a super badass driver / bodyguard who is connected with Lenny. We don't really know why yet, but come to find out, like when her husband got taken to jail, Lenny as vice cop was like there and like comforting her kid. And so I guess that sparked some sort of
friendship. Yeah.
Friendship.
Maybe. He kind of like went in as like a substitute dad kind of role. Like,
yeah, you get that sense.
And obviously through Lenny and stuff, that's how they know Max too. And it seems like they were all kind of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird group.
Weird group. If I had to listen to Lenny talk about faith as much as he does, like, I'd be out. I'm like, see ya, man.
Get over it, dude.
I've got one of those in my life right now. He won't stop talking about it.
He wants to talk about faith all the time?
He wants to talk about faith so much. And I'm like, dude, get over it. Faith sucks, man. Yeah. That's all right.
He'll get there.
He'll get there.
Or he won't. He'll just relive it forever.
Exactly.
Sorry. So yeah, the car, we finally get to the lot. They break in, find the tape, and of course the cops who were after Iris and trying to find this tape the whole time are waiting when they grab the tape. I guess they've just been tailing them forever. I think we do see them a couple times before this point, like just show up randomly.
They were at the club, a couple of the clubs and stuff like that. Vincent D'Onofrio's character, yeah. Following them around.
Yeah. We finally get the tape, but we don't get to watch it because the cops ruin everything. There's kind of like a cool little car chase. I liked it because it was like two really weird vehicle choices for a car chase.
I thought it was fun. Like the limo,
Yeah, limo and like a big, what was it, Ram truck or something?
Yes, it was a Dodge Ram. I know that. Because
okay.
When I was watching, I was like, Dodge Rams existed? Like they had that body type in 95? Yeah, that's crazy.
Luckily, the limo's got bullet resistant glass.
Thought that was funny too. Bullet resistant, not bulletproof.
Otherwise, this car chase would have not gone very far. But yeah, that was a fun little bit for action and thrill. We get a moment where they're cornered on a dock.
They set their car on fire.
Set the whole thing on fire, and she has to drive it into the river to put out the fire. And of course, anytime a car goes into the water, the bad guys always leave before the good guys come up. They're never patient enough.
That's right.
That's why they're bad guys.
I wanted it to be like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, where their shells all pop up in the water.
Now that would have been interesting. Just
that
like no, neither one of them had a wig.
The other squids float to the top. Oh, they're definitely dead. We gotta leave.
Man,
that would have been good.
Where are you at? Where were you at in 95 when
trust me, they were not consulting me as an 8-year-old who had no idea that such dastardly movies existed. This is certainly up there with one of those. Yeah, they get away though. They leave them
with the tape.
With the tape, yeah.
Switcheroo.
Oh yeah, he did give them the tape, and he does the old switcheroo though. He gives them a copy of him and Faith in a hot tub. It's one of his favorites.
I don't think
this guy recorded a lot of stuff of it with his ex. That's weird. Don't love that. Don't love that.
I don't see how you can be a functional human being going forward.
Yeah, don't like that. That goes into like revenge porn and stuff like that. It's gross. Yeah. But then we get to see what's on the tape.
Finally.
Well,
there was a tease before they, which also made me mad. Like, he watches it first, Lenny watches it first, and we don't get to see it. And then you were just like, okay, they're just gonna not let us see it till the end of the movie. But then like Mace gets to watch it, and we get to watch it as the audience.
He forces her to watch it too.
Yeah, she's not a
tape head.
Tape head, yeah. Thank you. I already forgot my favorite slur.
Yeah.
She's not a tape head. She doesn't wire it. Man.
Jack in.
Thank you. I'm struggling. She doesn't jack in at all, but he forces her to, so that she can know the big reveal, which is that the two cops that have been chasing them and Iris killed a rap artist, yes, or music artist,
very outspoken rap artist that talked about police brutality and talked about like all the things that, racism and things that are very, of the time and still of our time. Yeah, and they just killed him.
Yeah. It felt very like the videos that you've seen, just completely unwarranted, just a bullshit traffic stop that turned into an execution. And yeah, that was a tough part of the movie to watch too, even though, we know this is a movie and it's fake. It's only so fake because it's especially, I'm sure in 95, good grief, I can't imagine. But yeah.
Yeah. It's of the time. And it's also like crazy to think that a couple of years from now, from 95, an artist very similar, very outspoken, is, killed in a drive-by shooting. Tupac is killed in a drive-by shooting, and many think that was a, planned attack and all this other stuff. So a lot of conspiracy stuff goes in that. Obviously, a cop didn't kill Tupac, but somebody killed Tupac for a reason, and it sucks. It's crazy. Yeah, it's just this happened, and then a couple of years later, it happens again, and in real life, and then we have 2015 happening, and 2020 happening, and all this bad stuff that we see nowadays. It makes watching these movies so. I don't know if it takes joy out of watching these movies. Maybe a little bit. Like even when I was watching Mi Familia or My Family for the extra credit stuff last week, they were just shipping off, immigrants to countries that they didn't belong to, and all, and that was a thing that they did in the 50s and stuff. And I was like, oh, cool, that's what we're doing now. So
75 years later.
Yeah, I know. It just makes movies so. There's not a fun to watching movies, but it's just like, oh, art imitating life imitating art. It's awful. You sick?
Because life is sometimes awful.
Are you sick? Tell me.
Huh?
Are you sick?
Shush.
We gotta get you some.
I'm sick of you not talking about Strange Days.
We gotta get you some vitamin C. Get him in there. All right, so we got that. What's your next scene? I only have one more. So,
the party, the big New
Year's Eve party
bash.
Yeah, I basically had that. I put the killer reveal too, and like the big reveal of everything, and how none of this goes together. The cops killing the rap artist has nothing to do with the killing of Iris, and who that is, and why that's even tied to this at all. We find out that Max is the killer because he is filmed a squid. He's a bad friend. He's been hooking up with Faith on the side, and Lenny is forced to watch a video basically repeating the entire Iris killing video without the killing. And then we find out that Max has been wearing a wig this whole time. And all that
you couldn't even tell.
No, you couldn't tell at all. It's a good wig. And then at the same time, like Mace is running around trying to convince the police chief that, hey, you've got bad cops on your force, and she even goes into the bathroom to tell this guy, and he doesn't care. And then we get the cops chasing her. So it's like two different things are happening. Mace is dealing with the cops, unfortunately, and then Lenny is dealing with Max and Faith, and is weird. Like, I don't understand. I don't know how I feel about Faith, because how does she not know? Does she know?
I mean,
that he killed?
It seems like I think it's probably one of those, like, she knows, but she's denying it. Because, like, come on.
Yeah.
He's, like, choking you with a belt while... Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I think that's really another thing in this movie that I'm, like, not... Like, that's not necessarily a tough thing, but, like, Faith's character really doesn't have any redeemable quality. Yeah, she helps Lenny in the end escape death and whatever, but she's complicit in every.
Like, that's
yeah. And it feels like she's almost like doing revenge to get back at Lenny for being a stalker boyfriend or whatever, which is fun. Like, don't be a stalker, be nice to women or whatever. But like, she also sucks.
Yeah.
Nobody is awesome in this movie except for Mace.
Did she think, like, do you think in that moment when she, like, helped Lenny, she just didn't want him to die? Like,
maybe.
I was just so confused why she decided to help him all of a sudden. Like, it was very weird.
Yeah. And we also find Philo's dead, whatever his name is, in here. Well, he's not dead. There's also a weird thing with being jacked in too much, I guess.
Too jacked. Yeah.
You're jacked to your tits.
It gives you the rainbow mind.
It looks like scrambled porn.
Yeah. Well,
a little bit.
like that.
You could be like, oh, I see a nipple. That's what I don't know if you've ever watched scrambled porn. You ever been there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just making sure, man. It only happened to me in real life one time. I was at my grandpa's house and nobody was around, and I was like, "Oh, look at this thing." It was weird.
Was it as colorful as it was here?
It was, yes, it was very colorful.
Mm.
Just rainbows all over the place. But yeah, I guess if you get like they like overpower the squid or whatever, it melts your frontal lobe and you're alive, but you're not.
Is it like, yeah, I couldn't tell. Is it like temporary vegetative state or like permanent? Or they didn't really.
They did not make that clear.
Yeah.
I think in one person, like I felt like it was permanent for the first guy. I don't know. Like they made it seem like it wasn't permanent in the second guy. I don't know. Who knows?
We need a squid expert.
But in the end, Max gets thrown off a building.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. Mace gets the two guys arrested, the cops arrested. And then they escape. One guy blows his head off. William Fichtner's character blows his head off, and then homeboy gets put away.
By other
Vincent
cops.
D'Onofrio, by other cop, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's our happy, and then they kiss.
Because it's New Year's Eve.
Because it's New Year's Eve, and you got to kiss somebody on New Year's Eve. So Mace decides that this guy who has not shown any affection to her throughout the whole movie, even though she is in love with this man, they kiss, and everything's happy.
Yeah. Not my favorite ending, but
No, I have problems with the ending a little bit. All right. Anything else that we missed on this very messed up movie?
I think we about covered it all.
I think we did. You guys see this one for yourself.
Gotta see it to believe it.
You got to see it to believe it. All right. Who's your favorite character, or is there a scene stealer?
My favorite character was Mace by far. I think for what you've already mentioned, no one else was really like likable.
Yeah.
On the whole. I will say I did put Steckler down as a scene stealer because Vincent D'Onofrio is great at being just evil looking and creepy.
Yeah, he is good. Man, especially when he gets sweaty too.
Born to be a villain.
Man, and I mean, this guy, he should have been nominated for many academy, whether it's what's the movie where Full Metal Jacket?
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, he gets creepy looking in that. Men in Black. or him as Kingpin in like Daredevil.
Kingpin,
he's good. He's so good.
Yeah.
Wonder what it's like for him to play a nice person.
He was on that. He had like a reoccurring role on a cop show, didn't he? I never saw it.
I don't think I don't watch too many cop shows, but you're probably right.
Cop shows.
I hate a cop show. What was he in? Law and Order.
Was it Law and Order?
Yeah, Criminal Intent.
One of the spinoffs. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Criminal Intent. It lasted 10 years or so. But yeah, he's a good guy in that. Or he's a cop.
I think he's also kind of like not a straight-laced cop. He's like a rage out cop. So he's still kind of
he's a shield cop,
Yeah, barely a cop.
What other errands you got us running for the DA? Yeah, Mace was my favorite character in this as well. But I also want to give a shout out, kind of like you just gave a shout out, to Michael Wincott. I love Michael Wincott. He showed up when we did The Crow.
Yes, he did.
I love him in The Crow.
The Crow was good.
He's also in my favorite Robin Hood movie as Guy Gisborne, who works with the Sheriff of Nottingham. And he's great in that movie. It's the Kevin Costner Robin Hood movie.
Yeah.
I love that guy. And then he shows up in Nope, which I love Nope.
Man, I hadn't seen him in anything in years. And that was,
I was like, hell yeah, Jordan Peele, bring
Yeah.
that guy back. That guy's got one of the best voices ever.
Yeah.
And he's even doing like a weird accent in this movie. I don't care. I love that guy.
They didn't give him much to work with in this,
No,
other
they
than
did
like
not.
trying to pretend like he was the big bad guy.
Yeah. And he was certainly not. Certainly not. All right, favorite quotes in this movie.
Oh yeah, okay. I got a couple.
Yeah.
Couple of longer ones, but not all longer ones. So one character we never really mentioned, Tick.
Tick. I love that guy too.
Guy. Yeah. He's like he didn't get a lot of scenes, but he's like the weird SQUID techie guy that they come to several times for assistance, and think he makes copies of stuff, and he's part of that dealing underground or whatever. But anyways, one point he said, one man's mundane and desperate existence is another man's technicolor.
I love that guy. That's great. Good lines in this movie, I think.
Some good lines. What about you?
Mace says memories are meant to fade. That's what they're designed that way for a reason.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I like that too. It makes it. I kind of like that because we are, again, very technologically advanced now in 2025. Everything's on our phones. It's in our computers, and we don't, even I'm guilty of this as everybody. I go to a concert, I know my favorite song's up, I'm recording that song instead of like living in the moment. I wish I could be one of those people that's just like, I'm just gonna live in this and sit there. I'm like, no, I want to record it so I can watch it more and more. So that's why I love a playback, man. Concert playbacks would be cool.
Yeah,
you get to feel that you're there.
No, I don't think it. Well, maybe it was virtual reality. They had something like that, where I think it was just a camera, though. I don't think it was virtual reality, like set up in a certain seat at a big concert venue. I would
love to do a playback of a concert, because then you get to feel all the pain in your legs from standing the whole time. You're sweating from getting in the pit. Oh, I'd love it. That would be the only way you would get me in the pit, is if somebody else was doing it.
We'll get you squidded into. Let's see. I know a few people. Maybe a Leathers guy or something.
Yeah, we can get squidded into that. What else you got?
Philo at one point said paranoia is just reality on a finer scale.
Cool. I like that.
And then I've got two longer ones. So if
same.
Okay.
We might have the exact same ones.
You all right? You go with one, and we'll see.
I'll go with Lenny. And he says this is one of his times when he's selling something.
Okay.
I really like this. I says, see, I can get you what you want. I can get you anything. You just have to talk to me. You have to trust me. You can trust me because I'm your priest. I'm your shrink. I'm your main connection to the switchboard of the soul. I'm the magic man, the Santa Claus of the subconscious. You say it, you think it, you can have it. And I really like that part. I like when he's selling.
That was good. Yeah.
He's good.
We didn't see a lot of like his actual salesman charm in the movie, but that
we see it with the virgin guy, and then we see it with the Asian businessman guy.
Yeah,
in the back of Mason. Oh, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
that interaction's really good. What's your Max quote? Because I know it's a Max quote.
That was one of mine, and then the other long one I have is between Mace and Lenny.
Oh, I have
mostly Mace, but just a little bit of Lenny. So. May says, "You're some piece of work, Lenny Nero. You're just calmly backstroking along in the big toilet bowl, and somehow you never let it touch you. I mean, between working Vice and your current so-called occupation, you must have seen every kind of perversion, but you're just like some Teflon man. You still come out of this as a goofball romantic." And then Lenny says, it's my sword and my shield, Mace.
I love that. I have a different one. It's from Max. And he says, you know how I know it's the end of the world? Because everything's already been done. Every kind of music's been tried. Every kind of government's been tried. Every fucking hairstyle, bubblegum flavors, breakfast cereal. What are we going to do? How are we going to make another 1,000 years? I'm telling you, man, it's over. We used it all up. And I was like, damn.
It's like, bro, you hadn't even heard about.
We got so many different governments. We're going to try this one.
We won't even mention freaking Nintendo Switch, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. He hasn't even experienced the Wii at this point.
It's like, bro, you got no idea.
You think this guy's had oops all berries? Who knows?
95?
Yeah.
Wait, no. 99? Nah, probably not.
When did all oops all berries come out? This would be a
It has to be after 99, doesn't it?
No, 97.
No, we weren't smart enough in 99.
We weren't smart enough. Any other quotes that you have?
That's all I got.
All right. Biggest laugh, cry, scare, or thrill?
There wasn't anything real emotion other than the distaste of what we've already mentioned.
Yeah, which goes right into our most what the fuck ridiculous moment.
Yeah. Other than the aforementioned, I think this was intentional, but it did really throw me off at the end at the party where like the cop especially was just like killing so many people in the crowd while she's running away, and everyone's just like, no, we're just gonna keep partying. I feel like, mass shootings like that turn into chaos pretty quickly. So
they must just be used to it. That's the only thing I can say. Like they're just like, another day, another dollar.
And it was like fireworks going off, so not everyone knows that it's like gunshots. So I let them get away with it, but I still was like,
it's ridiculous. No, you're
right.
A
little stretch. My other big WTF was like, I felt like the entire like end of the movie hung on this commissioner guy.
Yes.
Is like such a trivial character who like we don't know anything about him. And like, it was kind of like this like white savior moment. And also like cops, it was almost like the flip side of like, oh, not all cops are bad at the same time. Let's just throw that in there too, like at the very end. And
yeah.
I don't know.
That is exactly what I had written down for this section. I was like, the whole thing at the end, like he just shows up out of nowhere after Mace has been running around trying not to die. And he's like, get him, boys, put him in jail. Like it was.
And you get some medical attention. And
like, it was too, it lined up to.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
We didn't get any kind of, I wonder if there's a few missing scenes. We actually get to see him. I don't know. I have no idea. It cleans up too nicely in a movie that is not clean at all. Like,
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Yeah, but that's ridiculous. Best music moment.
I just put nothing really like struck me, but I did think it was cool considering some of our music episodes from earlier this year. I think PJ Harvey was on that list. Yeah.
Yeah.
The couple PJ Harvey songs that Juliette Lewis covered.
She was good.
She was good.
I was surprised. Like
I had to go and look. I was like, is that really her? Because that was good. And it was her.
And she's just rocking out with nips out like the whole time. Like she was good.
She fits. Like if after this movie she was like, I'm gonna do a music career, I'd be like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. I think she does have a band.
Does she?
Yeah.
It would make sense.
I don't know if they were successful or not. But she definitely was a singer for somebody or did some singing at some point, but who knows? Who knows?
What about you? Did you have any?
Wrote down the PJ Harvey songs. I put Hardly Wait was the one that I wrote down. But yeah, same. So
Apparently
all right.
Sorry, just real quick.
No.
Apparently the title came from a Doors album, but I didn't look into that at all. I don't.
Yeah, there's a cover of that Doors song "Strange Days" in here, but I don't know. I'm not a big Doors guy, and
That's the same. I heard the Doors, and I was like, okay.
yeah, I prefer Windows.
You big PC guy?
Big PC guy. I'm on a PC right now. All right, so I really don't like my F, Marry, Kill that I have.
Oh,
because
but I'm gonna love it.
You're not gonna love it. I put Mace, Faith, and Vita. Do you know who Vita is?
I don't. Who's Vita?
Vita is the girl henchman.
Oh, the girl henchman that looks like the.
She looks like a Matrix character. Yeah, that's exactly it. I was like, oh, this is an easy one. We'll probably just kill Vita.
Okay.
But
I mean, it's a Mary for Mace. I think.
Yes, I think that's the obvious one. Is a Mary for Mace.
Yeah, I guess I do kill Vita.
Although, let me raise you a point here.
Yeah,
okay, Vita is just a working girl. She works for Philo, and she's just doing her job, you know? She's going to kick the shit out of you, do that, but that's her job. When she's off, clocks out, she just goes home. She lives her life. We don't know too much about Vita.
Right.
We do know a lot about Faith and how messed up Faith is.
Yeah.
So if you're into that, Faith is the easy F part of this. But if you're into a little bit of mystery, Vita.
It's a compelling argument. I'll give you that.
She's potentially albino.
I mean, and I do love mystery. And it's non-committal mystery too.
It's non-committal.
You know what? I'll go for it. I'll see what Vita's all about, and we'll kill her.
We'll kill Faith. We'll kill Faith.
You swayed me.
Thank you. I knew you'd be into the PlayStation Vita.
You know me.
I know you
big
so
PlayStation
well.
guy.
You love a handheld.
Angela Bassett was jacked in this movie.
She looks incredible. She's incredible in this movie. Like,
holy cow.
She should have had I guess I haven't seen enough Angela Bassett movies.
I think I'm like a later in life Angela Bassett person.
Yeah,
I haven't seen much of like her.
That's what I'm saying. Like either we missed out on really good Angela Bassett opportunities in the 90s. I mean, I know that she has been around for a very long time and had some wonderful roles. She played Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It. She was in Waiting to Exhale, which we watched earlier this year. Obviously, we know her from like Black Panther and those roles as the mother in that. How Stella Got Her Groove Back, a couple other things. But like, I feel like we missed out on.
We should have seen more.
We should have seen more of Angela Bassett. Because she's so good. And like you said, what beautiful, badass, like could kick the shit out of you. Like,
jeez.
I love her.
Yeah.
So good. Which leads to our next one. Who do you think gave the best performance?
Spoiler. It's Angela Bassett.
It's Angela Bassett did the ting. Yeah, she did.
You mentioned earlier, I think Ray was good. There was something about, he didn't feel like the right cast.
Yeah.
I didn't hate him. There were a couple of moments with the accent, but like, he was fine.
It's almost like he was like his voice was struggling to not be. It was struggling to be American. Yeah, it just felt weird. Which leads to my next category. If you could recast this movie in 95 or 2025 recast, How would you do it?
Okay. I'm gonna put this out there firmly because I think it matches perfectly. Even though we've seen a lot of him in 95,
Mm-hmm.
I think Nicolas Cage would have been the perfect Lenny.
I knew it. As soon as you said it, I was like, he's going to say Nick Cage, because that's what I wrote down.
It just makes so much sense.
It makes so much
and it would have added a little bit of extra like zaniness to what I think was missing from Lenny.
The sales pitch would feel like, even though that was my favorite part of like the Ray Fiennes performance, like like him being very erratic and like being Nick Cage and big, I think that comes off way better here. So I agree with you. Nick Cage 100% should have been in this movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't believe we landed on the same thing.
We did it, man.
It makes sense.
Anybody else in 95?
I've got a couple of other 95s. I didn't do everybody, but because D'Onofrio Steckler made such like a creepy impact on me, I was like, is there anybody else that could do that? And the only other person I could think of was James Gandolfini.
Ooh, because he plays that guy all through the
same kind of thing, just creepy bad guy.
And I think of True Romance when you bring that up. Like,
yeah.
He could also be a good Max. Gandolfini could have been a good Max. Ugh.
Definitely would have to be a different wig.
Oh, yeah.
But.
Oh, yeah.
The only other person that I did for 95 was Philo. I thought Christopher Walken would be.
I like that. That's good. I like that. I kind of like James Gandolfini pick for Max, and I like him for Steckler too. Like they're both kind of equally evil, like evil looking dudes. I like that. But I had Matt Dillon down for Max. He's kind of young here, but he can kind of play both sides. I think he can play a real big, bad person and a like good person, like a friendly person at the same time. Him. And then the other one is basically the only other person that could pull off a Faith-like role at this time in their life. And I think that's Drew Barrymore.
Okay.
Like she could be pretty wild and crazy. And
I think there was a Drew Barrymore in this movie, a different Drew Barrymore, DRU.
Oh, there's like a real Drew Barrymore in this movie?
Yeah. I don't know who it is, but I was like, I was looking for somebody in like the deep cast list. I can't even remember at this point who I was looking for. But yeah, I saw Drew Barrymore and I was like, weird.
Yeah. She is a stoned girl's lover. Oh, she's in one of the playbacks.
Stoned girl's lover.
Yeah, I think she's an adult actress. Drew Barrymore.
There you go.
There you go.
So she was already in it. Sorry to burst your bubble.
Oh man, bummer. 2025 recast.
Again, don't have the full spread, but I do have a couple of people. Probably going to mispronounce this. Denai Guerrera.
Oh yeah, Danae, I think it's Danae.
Is it Danae? It Danae? Most notably known as Michonne on The Walking Dead. I thought she would make a very good Mace.
I love that. Super
jacked, badass woman. Also thought, this is a side note that I thought of just now. Tessa Thompson, I think would go.
Ooh, that's good too.
Well too.
I'm kind of in your same universe here. So
okay. And then I want to bring William Fichtner back as Philo.
Yeah.
And then my Lenny, I said Austin Butler.
Okay.
I was thinking, I haven't seen it yet, but the Caught Stealing movie that came out recently seems like kind of like
adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was on my list, but I was like, man, I feel like because I'm on this every week. I'm like, man, I feel like I put Austin Butler in everything. I like that guy. And I think he could do stuff like that.
What you got for 25?
So I had Ben Mendelsohn as Max.
I know that name.
You know him. He plays a bad guy very, very well. He's also he's in he's the bad guy in Rogue One. He's the bad guy in Animal Kingdom. I think he's in Freaky Tales.
Okay.
He's also like the scroll guy in Captain
Ready
Marvel.
Player One too,
Ready
right?
Player One. He's the bad
Yeah,
guy in Ready
you already
Player One.
mentioned.
Yeah. He would be a good Max, or he could be a good Philo too.
Yeah.
He gives me that energy. This one is where I kind of go I think I went a little too basic and didn't think outside the box a little bit. I had Bradley Cooper as Lenny,
Okay.
Zoe Saldana as Mace,
Yeah.
and then Zoe Kravitz as Faith.
Ooh. Okay. I like Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, I got Zoe's everywhere. I basically just cast the entire, except for Zoe Kravitz, I cast the entire MCU, and they're all fresh in my
MCU
mind.
on the brain.
I got MCU on the brain for some reason, so that's my life now. So
You love it.
I do. All right. Any fun facts that you learned about this film?
Excuse me. Yes, I've got a few, which I'm sure read about this too. I found it fascinating. The camera that they spent a year designing and making for this to do the POV shots was very cool. Only weighed 8 pounds, fitting fitting your palm size. But then they kind of combined it with like a Steadicam style rig to like mimic.
Yeah, that's cool.
I thought it was fascinating, and if there was something that I would be more interested in learning about is things like that, like the actual like camera design
and of course it was James Cameron whose company like he has that's like, hey, can we do this thing because it'll be cool for the future. So of course James Cameron. I mean, he makes Avatar, and we're all gonna go watch Avatar again here soon. What else?
The whole party scene was an actual rave, which I thought was very cool.
That is cool.
The SQUID is an actual device that monitors magnetic fields, like very low frequency. No, that's not the right word. Anyways, but there was like some speculation that it could be used to infer like the brain's activity. So while it's very different from what's in the movie, it's
a real thing, just like
kind of similar.
The mini discs are a real thing. Like,
yeah. And then the only other thing that I have written down was that on December 29th, 1999, BBC Two broadcast this movie on the actual date of it.
Wow. Cool. Interesting. Good job, BBC Two.
Yeah.
The other things that I had what you had, but like we already talked about like the LA riots and how the chief was inspired by the actual LAPD chief at the time, Daryl Gates, who mishandled the whole Rodney King thing. So that's where it gets a lot of those themes from it. Then the other thing I found interesting was Jericho 1 was his birth and death year are listed in the news report about his murder, and he is a member of the 27 Club, which includes members like Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison of The Doors. Also, Amy Winehouse is in the 27 Club. So all these famous people that died at the age of 27.
Huh. Okay.
Oh, I have more.
Sure.
I forgot about these. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'm sure that was very intentional.
Probably. So both Strange Days and True Lies were part of a multi-million-dollar production deal between Lightstorm Entertainment and 20th Century Fox. They were told that they got $100 million. James Cameron was like, you have $100 million. So if you take 80 of this, she gets 20. You take 70, she gets 30. Well, both films went massively over budget. True Lies is one of the first one of the first movies to go over $100 million budget-wise. I think it was 120. And then this movie obviously came in at like 45 million. So they both went over, and one was very successful and one was very not successful. And then Bono was actually supposed to be in this movie as Philo.
Bono, huh?
Bono, yeah.
I don't know if I would like that or not.
No, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Well, all right. We've gotten to the end like a fine wine and dish. If you could pair this movie with another movie for a double feature, what would you choose?
Yeah, I don't have any great ones.
You have great ones.
I try to, throw in some creativity and craziness in these, but most of mine are just basic. So we've got Minority Report.
I didn't have it. See, it's already good.
I also said Source Code, the movie where he is trying to solve a crime by going into someone's consciousness, kind of that similar
Assassin's Creed
thread. Yeah, Animus. I said Point Break, mainly for the friendship betrayal.
Yeah.
And then I said Die Hard for the crazy fall.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Well, spoiler alert: someone falls off of the building.
I bet his name's Hans. No, those are good ones. I didn't have any of the ones that you had.
Wow. All right, let's see what you got then.
I've got Don't Worry, Darling.
Ooh.
Which is another kind of like going into a consciousness and living out this life fantasy. There's also some interesting themes in there of like choice and what we're able to choose in our lives. Blade Runner, I think, comes to mind on this as well. I think that's like the obvious basic one, just that neo-noir futuristic stuff. Johnny Mnemonic flies in there too. Johnny Mnemonic sucks as a movie, but
I kept seeing Johnny Mnemonic pop up. Was that a 95 movie?
It was. Yeah. We watched it for one of the extra credit episodes.
I didn't, but you did.
That's okay. That was the one that Crafty was on whenever that was when we had our little
shout out Crafty.
Shout out Crafty. We could do shout outs. If I had my thing popped up here, but I don't. Go follow Crafty. He does video game stuff, please. Then the other one that I have is kind of a weird one. It doesn't really have futuristic things. It is a David Lynch movie. It is probably one of his lesser known movies. It's called Lost Highway. I watched this movie when I was entirely too young. It is very weird. There's also some like choice themes. I think the themes are very similar in this than in Lost Highway. But it is, if you're into David Lynch and weird stuff, Lost Highway's up. It gives me the same vibes, I'll say. All right. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to rewatch this movie?
I put it at about a 2 rewatchability.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that. Even though I've watched this movie twice in the last 2 years.
You love it.
I love Strange Days. I love A Strange Day.
No, it's just, I think there's a lot of interesting stuff here, but there's also a lot of difficult stuff that I would maybe rather not see again.
Yeah. All right. Now, out of 5 stars overall, what would you rate this?
I did give it a 3.5. I think it's just a little bit better than like mid. I think a lot of that comes from the POV camera work. I thought was very good, especially for 95, and knowing that they had to construct a camera to capture a lot of that. And then, I mean, the story was pretty good. You got a decent twist, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it's.
I rated this movie a 4. Both times that I saw it, but like even talking about, I needed people to talk. This is why I wanted you to watch it for so long. It's like I need somebody to talk about this movie with, and like, am I a good guy? Am I a bad guy? I'm a bad guy always. According to you and yours. Whoa. But like, I think I agree with you, and I think I would take it down to a 3.5. Mostly for the ending, like being just so weird and quick and like tied up in a nice bow that it just didn't fit with the rest of the movie and the vibe. Like I almost would have wanted something that was a little sadder, like I don't know, something that felt good but not real good at all. And this one just tried to be too nice at the end.
Yeah.
You know, for such a like gritty, dirty movie that it just didn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would back off a little bit. But Angela Bassett's incredible in this. Tom Sizemore, as much as like he is such a bad person in this movie, is so good at being a bad person and being like a charming person too throughout other parts of it. He's always kind of had that in him. So yeah, 3.5. I like that. You've convinced me to come down a little bit on it. You win this time. Well, Joseph, thank you so much for doing this. I'm sorry that you're sick. I am glad that we did get to work this out and do this. I feel bad. Keep drinking your tomato juice, please. Always. Before we wrap up, have you seen anything recently that you'd like to recommend to the folks?
Ooh, yeah. I think, let's see. Some stuff has happened since I was on here last. So let's see. I'm pulling up my Letterbox. It's a great app if you don't have it. Highly recommend.
Dude, Alyssa told me you had something on there, and she goes, "He watched that? Why would he watch that?"
Chainsaw Man?
No, it wasn't Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. Okay, so recommendations, I'll say Begonia, I thought was very good. The new movie with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, very conspiracy-minded and comedic in a lot of ways. The ending is fantastic in my book, so highly recommend that. Finally saw K-pop Demon Hunters, which I loved. And
pretty great.
Man, slept on that too long, and all of the bandwagon. I support the craze. So, a couple of others. Rental Family with Brendan Fraser.
Good.
It was fantastic.
Okay, good.
If I was more committal to Letterboxd, I would have put it on there as a 5-star.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
I thought it was just sensational and so emotional. Very good.
That's kind of where he needs to live, I think.
Yeah.
Like those kind of movies.
Yeah. He was great. The story was great. The filming, it was just all beautiful. It's probably going to be my most beautiful movie of the year.
I love it. Good.
And then let's see. I think I had one more that I wanted to shout out. Oh, the new Wicked. We saw the second half for good, and it was great.
Good.
Very enjoyable.
No, it was Goldeneye. That was the one that you had.
Oh, I was super late because that was one from this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can change the dates on those, you know.
Well, I didn't watch it until I'm like,
oh, you're just going back.
Yeah, I was looking for something to watch when I was kind of not feeling well, and I was like, oh yeah, I missed that one. So.
Oh, okay. And you watched the Goonies, which.
Always. That pops up almost once a year when I'm around the family. That's a family favorite. So.
I love the Goonies so much. That is, you catch me on a certain week, that's a top 5 movie for me. Most weeks it's the top 10.
Still holds up.
It's so good. I love Josh Brolin. He's the king. Anything else?
No. I watched Sorry Baby again. Anybody who hasn't seen Sorry Baby,
it's on my list.
I liked it just as much the second time. So.
I'm gonna start cranking them out, man.
Recommend.
I've got a list going right now.
It's about to be award season. You're gonna have to.
Begonia's on there. I'm ready. No Other Choice, which is a Korean movie that's not even out yet. It's a Park Chan-wook movie. I love that man.
Wait, I think I saw a trailer for that.
Yeah. It Was Just an Accident, which is an Iranian film that people are talking about. Got some hopes for that.
Are we going to be able to access all of these?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll be able to access them. One Battle After Another is on my list.
It's on my list.
You haven't seen it yet?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Begonia though as well. But really what I've been watching has been, of course, I'm still on my Marvel kick. Watched recently Captain America Civil War.
Underrated.
Which is great. Great movie. I like a little bit of me wishes there was, I know that one feels so much like an Avengers movie. Low tier Avengers
everybody's
movie.
in it.
because
Yeah.
everybody is in it, except a couple people aren't in it, like Hulk and stuff. But like you get Ant-Man and Spider-Man in that movie. But any of the Captain Americas are just top tier. They're so good. Age of Ultron and Ant-Man I both watched. They're good. Solid movies.
Yeah.
They're worth watching. Yeah. A Very Jonas Christmas movie.
How was that?
I actually had a really good time with it. I did not have high hopes, but it was funnier than I expected it to be. It was more self-aware than it deserved to be. They're capable of making fun. I was never like a big Jonas Brothers guy, but like they make fun of themselves really well. It was cute. I would watch it again on a Christmas. And then I watched the new Superman finally.
Hey, what'd you think?
I liked it a lot. It's
good.
It's kind of refreshing of a Superman, because I feel like with Batman and Superman over the past like 20 years, it's been so dark and like dreary, and even Robert Pattinson, that's like the darkest you could possibly go, right? With this, so it's nice to even see like Man of Steel, which I loved, Man of Steel when it came out, and I really liked Superman Returns. But I think I liked this movie maybe better than those. I like David Cornsweet. I think he's really good as Superman. I think the rest of the surrounding cast is amazing. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, awesome.
Did great, right?
Dude, and he is a villain.
I'm high on him right now.
Dude, he's great. He's so good. But I was like, man, what would it be if James Gunn directed a Batman movie? What would that be like? Would it be fun?
We'll get there, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna get like the Brave and the Bold, I think, is the Batman movie he's gonna do. So that'll be fun. But I'm looking forward to these finishing up or getting through some 2025 movies now. And Superman was my first stop. So we'll be watching a few more of those. And if you want to share what you've been watching, you can do that by joining our Discord server. You're always welcome to follow us on Instagram or check out my account on Letterboxd. All those links are below in the link tree. And then this is it for we're into our final theme of the year. So this Sunday we are doing our theme. It's called Make 'Em Laugh. So all of the movies that we're going to are talking about are comedies, and our next movie is Get Shorty, starring John Travolta. Looking forward to that one. I've seen that one in the last few years and enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And then we don't have an extra credit this month, but we do have our Slashy Awards. Slashies, which will be at the end of the month. We're going to give out a few awards as we look back on 1995, and then we'll roll out the new list of 1996 and give you a sneak peek at our new intro video. So I'm pretty jazzed about that. That pod will be on Tuesday, December 30th at 6 p.m. Other than that, thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. Thanks for subscribing, following any of the things that you do. You don't have to, but you do. So I appreciate you. And we'll see you at the movies. Goodbye.
Let's go.
I let you go.
What a year, what a time. Big screens, dreams, a movie rewind. From talking toys to heist gone wrong, we're watching it live and singing along. 52/1995. Grab some snacks, we're going live. Action, drama, comedy gold. We're reliving the stories told. One movie a week, all year long. Let's roll the tape.